Hello, guys. You have made it to lesson 2 for the week. Okay, we are going to be on page 74 in our notebooks. Okay, and today we're working on simple probability and complements. So we're going to jump right into probability now. So probability is the likelihood of an event happening and is expressed as a number between 0 and 1. Okay, so there are certain ways that we look at probability. Okay, if something has a probability of 0, we say that it is impossible. It is never going to happen. Okay, if it has a probability between 0 and a half, okay, we say that it is unlikely to happen. It could happen, but it's very unlikely. If it has a probability of exactly a half or 50%, okay, we say that it is equally likely. Could go either way, like rolling a coin, flipping a coin. Okay, we could get heads or we can get tails. It's equally likely that I get heads or I get tails. Okay, if I get a probability between a half and a whole or half and one, then I say that it's likely to happen. Okay, it has a good chance of happening. And if it has a probability of 1, it is certain that it is going to happen. If we have a 100% chance of rain, we are absolutely certain that it is going to rain. This is how this works. Okay, so we're going to read each example and label the situation with one of the terms above. So snowing when it's 40 degrees outside. Okay, well, we know that water freezes at 32 degrees. It's 40 degrees outside. We're going to go ahead and say that that is impossible. Burning your dinner if you cook it too long. Okay, well, that's likely. It's not certain, but it is likely. Water boiling at 75 degrees Fahrenheit, we can say that that is impossible. Getting a ticket if you are speeding, okay, that is likely. We would think that it's certain, but not everybody gets a ticket when they're speeding. So we're going to go ahead and say it's likely. Scoring 2 points on a safety in a football game, okay, that is unlikely going to happen. And a coin landing on heads when it is flipped, well, we just talked about that, and we know that that is equally likely. Okay, so those are our terms from our little number line. Okay, let's talk about some probability. Simple probability is the ratio of successful outcomes to the total number of outcomes. So we could say that the probability of event A happening, okay, to find that, we would find the chances of A happening out of the total outcomes. Okay, and that's what we talked about yesterday. Okay, with the total outcomes, we could multiply, we could figure out how many times something's going to happen. Okay, the probability of the event not occurring is called the complement. The probability of the event and its complement have a sum of 1. So the way we know they're talking about the complement, okay, or the opposite of it happening, okay, is it's going to have this little apostrophe right here after the P. So this is the probability of event A not happening. So we want to find everything that is not the event A out of, again, the total outcomes. Okay, and it's okay if this doesn't make sense now. We're going to do plenty of examples to show you what to do. Okay, so what is the probability of choosing a marble with stripes? Okay, so probability of stripes. The first thing I like to do is find the total number of marbles that I have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know that that is going to be my denominator. That's the total outcomes. Okay, and if I look, I have 1 marble with stripes. So I have a 1 in 5 chance of choosing a marble that has stripes. Now, I want to find the probability of not picking a marble with diamonds. Well, I still have 5 marbles, and I'm going to go ahead and cover up the ones with diamonds, okay, because I don't want those ones. And I have 3 marbles left. So I have a 3 in 5 chance of choosing a marble that does not have diamonds. Okay. Now I want to find the probability of spinning a W. Okay. Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total spaces. Okay. And I want a W. Well, if I look, I only have 1 W. So I have a 1 in 7 chance of spinning a W. Okay. Now, if I were talking about what we did above, what are the chances of this happening? Okay. Well, it's not exactly impossible, but I could say that it is unlikely. Okay. So I'm just going to say, put a U there. Okay. It is unlikely that it's going to happen. Now, what's the probability of not choosing a vowel? Okay, well, I know my 2 A's are my vowels, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters that are not vowels. So I have a 5 in 7 chance of choosing a letter that's not a vowel. Okay, now again, if I were to go up here, okay, I know it's more than equally likely, but it's not a full 1, so it's not certain. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this would likely happen. Okay, now these 2 over here, I could do the same thing. I know 1/5, okay, it's not 0, but it's not a half. So I'm going to say that this is unlikely from happening. And 3/5, okay, well, that's more than a half, but it's not a whole. So again, it's likely to happen. Okay, here we go. A standard number cube is rolled. What is the probability of rolling a 6? Okay, well, I know we could even list all of your possible outcomes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well, I only have 1 6 out of those 6 numbers, so I have a 1/6 chance of rolling a 6. Okay, so I would say that that is unlikely. Okay, what's the probability I roll a 5? Well, again, there's only 1 5. So I have a 1 in 6 chance. Again, I could say that it's unlikely. Okay, now an odd number. Okay, well, my odd numbers are 1, 3, and 5. So 3 out of 6, which we have to simplify. Okay, I know 3 can go into 3 once, 3 can go into 6 twice. So I have a half of a chance, which we said was equally likely. Okay, so I have an equally likely chance of rolling an odd number. A laundry basket has 24 socks in it. 6 were navy, 10 were black, and the remaining were white. What is the probability of drawing a black sock? Well, they told me there were 24 socks, so I know already that's my denominator. This time I want black socks, and they tell me 10 were black. Okay, I know that 2 can go into 10 and 24, so I get 5/12. Okay, a white sock. Well, they don't tell me how many white I have. I know that 10 plus 6 is 16, so I could do 24 minus 16. This becomes 14. This is a 1. 14 minus 6 is 8. So I have 8 white socks. Okay. 8 can go into 8 once. 8 can go into 24 three times. So I have a 1/3 chance of getting a white sock. And then a navy sock, they tell me I have 6 of them. Okay. And 6 can go into 24 4 times. So I have a 1/4 chance of getting a navy sock. Okay. The spinner below is spun. What is the probability of spinning? Okay, so first let's count our spaces. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I should have known that if I looked at the numbers right away. Okay, so 7, 7, 7, not a 6. So I'm going to cover up that 6. And if I were to count, I have 6 numbers. So I have a 6 and 7 chance of not getting a 6. Okay, pretty likely, almost certain. Okay, a 3 or a 4. Well, I have 1 3 and 1 4, so I have a 2 and 7 chance of getting a 3 or a 4. And an odd number. Okay, 1, 3, 5, and 7. So I have a 4 and 7 chance of getting an odd number. Okay. The letters in the word soccer are put into a bag and drawn randomly. What is the probability of choosing a vowel? Okay, well, we have O and we have E. Okay, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters. So I have a 2/6 chance, but I got to simplify. Okay, 2 can go into 6 3 times. So I have a 1/3 chance of getting a vowel. Now, a consonant. Okay, well, if it's not a vowel, it's a consonant. I had 2 vowels. That means I have 4 consonants. Okay, and again, simplify. 2 can go into 4 2 times. 2 can go into 6 3 times. The letter C. Well, there's 2 C's. So I have a 2 and 6 chance. Okay, and we already said that 2/6 is equal to 1/3. Okay. At the pediatrician's office, patients are able to draw a toy from the toy bin. The toy bin has 12 puzzles, 16 boxes of crayons, and 2 bouncy balls. What is the probability of drawing? Okay, well, let's add up what we have. We have 12, 16, and 2. So 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. Okay, so 30 items in this little toy bin. And I want anything but a bouncy ball. There are 2 bouncy balls, so if I take 2 away from 30, I have 28. Okay, what can go into 28 and 30? Okay, we can say 2. 2 can go into 28 14 times. 2 can go into 30 15 times. So I have a very likely chance, okay, almost certain chance of getting anything but a bouncy ball. Now, a box of crayons. I have 16 boxes of crayons. Okay, and I can say that 2 can go into both of these. So I have an 8 and 15 chance of getting a box of crayons. And then a puzzle. Well, I have 12 puzzles. Okay. 6 can go into both 12 and 30. 6 can go into 12 twice. 6 can go into 30 5 times. So I have a 2/5 chance of getting a puzzle. In the movie drawer, there are 7 action movies, 5 comedies, and 3 dramas. What is the probability of choosing? Okay, so let's figure out what we have. We have 7, 5, and 3. 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. So I have 15 total choices. Okay, so a drama. We have 3 dramas. Okay, I can divide by 3, so I get 1/5. Anything but a comedy. So I'm going to take my comedies out, and there were 5 comedies. So 15 minus 5 gives me 10. Okay, and I can even write that under here so you guys can see it. And again, I can simplify by 5, so I get 2/3. And then last, they want to know about an action movie, and there's only 7 action movies. And I cannot simplify 7/15. It's as simple as it can get. Okay, last one. Students standing in line for lunch were surveyed about their favorite meal. Their responses are shown below. If one student is picked randomly, then which of the following is true? Okay, first I'm going to go ahead and add up my choices. So 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 8 is 20. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So 50 total students were surveyed. It says the student's favorite meal is half as likely to be pizza than spaghetti. Okay, well, half of 50 is 25, so pizza's close, but spaghetti is not close. So I can't say there's a 50-50 chance of them picking pizza and spaghetti. Okay, okay. So, well, and we can look at this and we can see that half of 26 would be 13 and spaghetti is only 8. So I know that's not half as likely. So I know it can't be 8 or A, sorry. The student's favorite meal is more likely to be fajitas than pizza. 16 people chose fajitas, 26 people chose pizza. I'd say that the student's favorite meal is more likely to be pizza. So this does not work. The student's favorite meal is twice as likely to be spaghetti than pizza. Twice as likely to be spaghetti than pizza. That would mean that this spaghetti would have to be 52, and that is incorrect. The student's favorite meal is twice as likely to be fajitas than spaghetti. Okay, so is fajitas 2 times more than spaghetti? And yes, that is true. Okay, so this is simple probability and complements. Okay, again, you've got to look at your total number of outcomes and look at what they're asking you. Remember, you do have to simplify if you can. Again, if you have any questions, join me on Zoom Tuesday or Thursday, message me through Canvas, email me, or join our discussion.